Started off quickly?
It did start off quickly. It's 11 dogs and it's like probably 15 minutes, so hopefully you keep coming. Are you ready to learn how to love on Janet?
Can't wait. Babe with the drill.
On Sunday morning, we were setting up for our vaccination campaign in Asseradores. With posters put up only a few days prior and all the locals we met informed of the dates, we hoped we'd have a good turnout. The town of Asseradores is located at the end of a long dirt track and doesn't receive many visitors except through surf tourism. Most of the town lives in poverty, but they're a friendly and welcoming bunch. ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama, amor? Quinto.
No, quiero fotos de todos los perros. ¿Cómo se llama este perro?
Toby.
Toby. ¿Cómo está Toby? ¿Y usted cómo se llama? Ah, con mucho gusto.
The young women of the town have formed an exercise club and they helped me decide on the best dates and times for the campaign. They also came to assist on the day with record keeping and Spanish support and of course got their pets vaccinated too. It's always amusing to sit down and edit the video because when I'm in the zone of vaccinations, I'm totally unaware of the chaos going on around me.
Started off quickly?
It did start off quickly. It's 11 dogs and it's like probably 15 minutes, so hopefully you keep coming.
Muy tranquilo.
Todo bien. Gracias. Good boy. The campaign turned into a real community event, with people coming from far and wide to watch the veterinary entertainment and catch up on the town gossip. Locals were paying the equivalent of 10 cents for vaccinations and worming, to cover for common diseases such as rabies, parvovirus, distemper, fleas, ticks and more. By charging this minimal amount, we are encouraging people to take ownership and responsibility of their pet's care, and they were more than happy to pay it.
Sí, está bien, gata. Aquí.
bien. Sí, ya pasó todo, ya pasó todo. Ya. We used all 50 of our vaccinations in the end, with over 40 families in attendance. Getting involved in a community like this gives us a true insight into the way they live, and we can see how grateful each and every person was for our presence. We left my new friends with local contacts for the veterinary university, so future campaigns could be organised in the area. Jim was soon pulled into an intense game of soccer, and the kids were so excited to have the gringo on their side.
No, todo bien. Espero por los chicos francés. Okay.
Kicking around a dirty, deflated soccer ball, the kids yelling in delight, really showed us just how easy it can be to find happiness in the small things. Although they may lack material wealth, there is an undeniable richness in the sense of community and togetherness here in Asseradores. This is where we entered, and this is the beach.
The last person that tried to surf here, when it was big.
It's a big, I mean, I guess it's a fish of some sort. It's big though. He's off. Yeah, that's a, oh, look at this one behind. Ugh. No, thank you. Holy. So I'm guessing when the breeze is offshore, it like pushes it open.
Yeah. Pulls it up, barrels it.
Are you ready to learn how to love on Janet?
Can't wait.
Alright, I just ran Janet for a few minutes to get her all warmed up, and we're going to do an oil change. We're going to change the fuel filters. We're not going to change the oil filter because I've done that only like kind of 70 hours ago, so we've got a bit of time on that one. Maybe check the impeller, even though it's pretty recently replaced. And we do need to change the transmission gear oil, but I need to try and find the right oil because it's not very easy to find, so we'll see about that. Yeah, so Jim's going to learn everything he needs to know about Janet. For Jim and for everybody. Chuffed, it has a, or Janet, is a Yanmar 3YN30 engine. She's 30 horsepower. And she has a pretty easy system for changing the oil. You basically just set up this little suction thing and voila, you can change the oil like that. So that's where the dipstick goes in for the oil, and there's like the oil cap there. There's also an oil cap up here. And so you want to do it while the engine's hot because then the oil's like viscous. So you basically just wedge that on like so. There is this little bad boy to just help hold it in place. Good. Gonna start pumping. Eventually start pumping out some hot oil. Like so. Would you like to pump the oil? It's
Of course
really fun. And now you're a diesel mechanic.
Exactly.
That's all there is to it.
I know all there is to know.
This is the colour of the new oil compared to the old. It goes black really quickly in these engines, but yeah, it's still time. And I think we finished pumping, right?
Yeah, there's almost nothing coming out of there anymore.
Excellent. So we add the first litre, and then we basically have to add a total of 2.8 litres.
If I was left-handed, it would be easier.
It's always fun working in tight spaces too, is the hardest part. And you've now done an oil change on a Yanmar engine. They're pretty easy, right? Like, it's not really much to it.
It's not hard.
So I'm just undoing this so we can get this belt off, because that obviously is not the right fix. But my plan on how to repair it is I'm hoping I can drill a hole in this and then actually attach it here to the outside instead of it being attached like that. I'm going to try and attach it like this and have the belt kind of sit in it. But I don't know if that will work. We'll try. Alternator belt. First thing you're going to do is undo this bolt here. Ooh, got a little movement. I could also get out the torque wrench, which would be like way easier.
Now it's going.
And you might not have to loosen it all the way because it will start sliding at some point. The alternator will slide over. Get the belt off. So that's the old belt. Let's check. Ah, claro.
Different sizes?
See, very. This one's way fatter. I never bought all of this one. Oh, this is a Yanmar genuine part. Okay. Well, this should be it if it's a Yanmar genuine part, you would think. Okay. Let's see. Sit in the pulley. Huh. Okay, it sits in the pulleys okay. So I used one of my surgical Janet engines, Janet instruments to basically just lever that on. So that worked. Now we got to try and tighten this belt, which will be fun. Let's think about this.
That's gonna be right in the way, huh?
I'm gonna try to finger tighten it to start at least.
Is it tight enough, the alternator?
Yeah, let me just get it in there.
Maybe it's on where I can move the...
What happens if you move it?
Stayed.
Okay. I'll get in and tighten it. So,
You zoom in on your face when you're like...
So the alternator belt was deflecting quite a lot towards the end there, no matter how much we tightened it, because the belt was obviously quite loose and worn, and we were starting to get like a slight whirring noise from it, which is a sign it's loose, but we just weren't in a position to change the belt in the anchorages we've been in. So
that would have been impossible.
Yeah, or dangerous. And then obviously if you can't get the belt on, that's way worse than just having a loose one. So yeah, so we've done it. Belt is replaced, and as you can see, we do have some deflection there. You want between kind of 8mm and 10mm, which that's pretty good right there. Whereas your salt water pump, you can see that's really loose, but you want it really loose. You want that to just basically just be spinning this, but not putting pressure on the shaft or like internal components of your pump. So that's good. We've also decided not to check the impeller. It was changed less than like 50 engine hours ago, and you're meant to be able to do them every 250, and it just means there's going to be salt water everywhere, and we just don't really want to do that. Now we've got to address this problem.
Babe with the drill.
You better believe it. Let's hope it doesn't snap into 100 pieces when I do this. Maybe I'll get the sanding part and just make it not like razor sharp on the edge.
Why not?
It's only going to need the belts and pipes. Let's see.
That's about as far as I go.
Excellent. And then it's lifted off there, and it's lifted off there. Woo! Woo! It does look really professional. Now the belt has a nice space, runs down here, and the belt also has space under here because it used to rub on this a little bit too, so. Oh, muy professional. So these Raycor fuel filters are really easy to change. Just left the old one out, which, as you can see, is filthy, so we definitely need to change it. The fuel we're getting in these parts of the world is probably not the cleanest fuel, so this might need to be done a bit more regularly. It actually wasn't due to be done just yet, but yeah, we're going to do that. So the new filter is super easy to put in. You literally just pour it in, but one thing you want to do is make sure that there's fuel covering the filter. So you can either pour fuel onto it, but what I'm going to do is just pour fuel into here so that the filter's covered in fuel. It just kind of wets it nicely so then it can work properly and there's no dry spots, because sometimes when it fills there'll be like a dry spot or an air bubble or something. So yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, so I'm going to change this fuel filter. Yeah, got a new one here. It's not too hard to do. Part of the routine maintenance. Every time I do that, Mum's like, I paid $2,000 for those teeth. Because of my braces. You all know my mum does not sound like that. You've seen her in the videos. See how it's already starting to move a little bit? I need to watch my old YouTube videos and see what I did it last time.
Bringing out the big guns. It goes the other way.
We just watched one of the old videos. It's a classic righty loosey lefty tighty.
Don't know.
Bloody French.
Luckily I tightened it even more.
We'll use the screwdriver technique again. I wonder how many times you can do this before. This boat has multiple things on it that turn the wrong way. The shaft screw is the same, this is the same.
The water
caps. So you strip them half the time trying to get the bloody things off because you forget that they reverse thread. Do it till you get the filter.
Little diesel for the filter.
Well, I somehow misplaced the footage, but with the fuel filter in place, our routine maintenance of Janet was complete. Dogs and engines aren't all that different to treat. You make sure they get the correct fuel, the preventative maintenance and love that they need, and you'll avoid most of the problems. When things do go wrong, you do your test, you make your diagnosis, and you get to fixing it. I guess that's why you're all calling me the Captain Doctor now. In other very exciting news, we reached our GoFundMe goal and wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who helped keep our sailing veterinary clinic afloat. Although we have reached our goal, we're hoping to exceed it so Chuffed may get some special upgrades that she really needs, such as a working refrigerator, some top coat, and a new autopilot. Words really can't express just how grateful we are to see how many people really believe in this mission to sail the world and save animals. Until next time, stay chuffed, everybody.